I do. Of course, Roderick was like, "Oh look, like don't do that, don't do that."
He's ready.
But
hey,
happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Listen, sorry. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Meta-Two NXT AfterShow. I am one of your hosts, Katrina, hosting creative and Cat We Trust, and a bunch of other stuff, but one of the hosts of BodySlamNet NXT show. And I'm here with my Twitty twin, Shay. How are you today?
You know, I'm doing pretty great. Things are looking up in the wrestling world.
Yeah, no, stuff has been, there's a lot of stuff been going on. There was some stuff that happened today that I was like, oh, because I'm next to that. But let's start this off. Hey, I don't know if you're saying good night as you go to bed, or you're saying have a good night because it's a good night, or I don't know what's happening here. I don't know, my bad. But hey, Jeffrey, how are you? But yeah, let's start this off first before I get to how it was. I was highly annoyed that a certain somebody, with Cody Rhodes, decided to say, "Oh, I was watching Battleground." Oh, okay. I was gonna make sure. My bad. I wasn't sure. Same way. It was good night, as in, yeah, okay. But my night didn't start off good. I'll tell you why. Because Cody Rhodes decided to make some tweets talking about, "Oh, I was watching Battleground. Let's see how my old friend Ethan Page is doing. Will do against Trick Williams." And then tell me he's gonna make a dash to Florida. How about you dash to wherever it is that you live and stay there? Dash from the car to your living room, from the car to your garage, wherever you may be. But don't dash to Florida. I did not ask for this. I asked this at all. I was like, oh, so clearly you're trying to ruin my night. And so the reason why I'm saying this is because he will eventually make his way here tonight. But let's get into the show. So the show did start with Miss Kalani Jordan, who I am quite happy. First of all, yes, 0 minutes in. It can be like 2 seconds in, and the slander is gonna start. There will always be Cody slander. Always. And you blame your buddy Roderick for this, because if he didn't send me a message in my DMs with Cody Rhodes' raggedy face, I might have been nicer about this. But he didn't do that. He started the shenanigans, and so now I'm already extra annoyed. I'm gonna see you on TV, but I'm gonna see you on social media too. Wild stuff. But yes. We did start the show with the new Women's NXT North American Champion, which I'm very happy about. Kalani, she was one of my picks to win. So I was really happy about this. But she basically came up saying she kind of, the challenges she had in this matchup to become champion, but she was interrupted by Jada Parker, only for Mitchin to come in and attack her, and they kind of started their match early. I thought, they did have Chad and his buddy came out to watch this matchup. They at one point did stop Jada from using the steel chair. I thought it was, for me, because it was a new title, it was a new champion. I thought this was a nice way to kind of start off with Battleground, because this was the new thing of the whole of Battleground. This was a new title, and so I thought it was very smart to start off with her personally, but also to kind of start off with the fact that the other two women that were in the match, kind of have them have a match as well. So I thought this was a really good, um, solid, smart matchup between not only having Kalani come out, but also having Jada and Mitchell kind of do this matchup as well. However, they basically when the Good Brothers stopped Jada from using the steel chair, it allowed Minchin to basically roll her up for three, and so she did win this matchup. Um, when Minchin arrived, originally Rick Joseph did say, say her name, she shall appear, and this was the, reference to, TNA Joe Hendry. And then there was a moment when Jada knocked Minchin out of the ring with a hip tap, which I thought was really, really well done. Backstage, though, Jada was told Bronco, Nima, and Lucian Price that she would deal with Michin. And then after this, also, Ava did tell Michin that she would be the first challenger for Kalani's North American Championship. So it was a lot of stuff happening, but I thought it was good stuff. What were your thoughts on the segment, but the match as well?
So yeah, I was really happy for Kalani as well. I mean, I think she's just she's like so easy to root for. She's just so freaking adorable. And I feel like it made sense for her. I feel like it was either going to be realistically her or Soul that was going to take the win, just because I felt like having two heel champions for the women's division would be a little bit too overwhelming. So they had to definitely offset that. But I'm glad it's Kalani because I think that they might go with Soul maybe going for the NXT Women's Champion. I think that might be the route she's taking eventually. It's a long route, but she was going to get there. I mean, she's freaking undeniable. But we're talking about Kalani, who is also very undeniable. And I just wanted to speak a little bit about this. She's in her early stages. She's learning still, how to talk, the timing, all that stuff. But, I mean, you can't deny her in the ring. I think people are so hard on people in NXT. And the whole point of NXT is they are in real time developing everything. And a lot of times people forget that and they just are so hard on them. I'm like, calm down. Like, just calm down. This is a different time. This is not the time when they were picking up all these, tenured vets in NXT. This is a time when they're building everyone up mostly from scratch in the Performance Center. So you will have it that they're not going to be 100% perfect off the bat. And people have to just accept that. It's a different NXT now. In terms of Jada Parker, I love her. Every time she comes out and she gets on a mic, she's better and better. The in-ring, I feel like, is coming. It's definitely coming. It's definitely developing. So I'm happy about that. Her little feud with Michin has been so interesting and fun to me. Just because they both are so verbally aggressive on the mic. So it's just been like they've been at each other's necks, basically. I'm a little shocked. Like, the Good Brothers, I'm not gonna lie, they're giving me whiplash. They're heel, their face, they heel, their face, they're heel, their face, their heel, their face again. And I like the Good Brothers, but I'm just like, I'm getting whiplash, literally. Okay, this time I'm happy because I feel like Michin was taking a lot of losses, and I feel like it's a little too much. We needed to set the clock back. I mean, I'm sure Jada Parker will get that win back, but I just think she was taking too many consistent losses and it just needed to be a little bit offset. But I enjoyed their chemistry. I think they have something there for sure. Wish they would have got a little bit more time though, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, I agree with you about she needs more promo experience. She hasn't really had any. Like, she came and then she was in the tournament, and she didn't really have too much time to have to do promos, and now she's champion, so she has to. So this is a perfect way to kind of throw her in there, and hopefully, she can learn from some of the women there, but just kind of find her fitting in that regard. But I think she's a fantastic wrestler, and I did say with Soul, I thought this match was great for her, honestly, and so like I was okay with either one of them winning. And so, I'm good. And I know people like Jada, and Jada's cool. I don't know if I was think she should have been champion yet. And I do kind of stand on that. I think Kalani is a little better in the ring in that regard. But, yeah, I thought it was a good way to start. And so our next matchup was Gallus versus New Catch Republic and Wes Lee. And so This was a pretty solid match. Um, we are having I guess people were hoping that Wesley will get some help from the Rascals, as the whole TNA partnership that's happening right now. But I don't know if they would do that, only because to be fair, when the guy who was in NXT was like let go because of a personal situation, and so I don't know if they would have done that necessarily. But he did team up with New Cash Republic. But this was, you know, a really fun match. I love me Tyler Bate. That is my guy. I said this before. And I'm also a huge fan of Pete Dunne, also my guy. And then I like Wesley, and so you kind of have them, and then you have Gallus, who I thought they did really well with like what they did in this match. But again, I thought it was really, really, really fun, and I do think like Tyler Bate was really like on in this match. There was a moment. Tyler Bate did take out both, Mark and Wolfgang, like he did, like, which is really impressive. But then Joe kind of knocked Pete Dunne off the apron. And then Pete Dunne was able to kind of get a hot tag to Wesley, which was like a really good stuff for Wesley. There was one more moment where Wesley did a run in Midora, and the crowd was really behind that, so that was really solid. But yeah, this was a really, really, really fun match. However, as great as this match was, uh, Wesley kind of rolled into all the best of the belts, and Joe Coffey was able to basically get the pinfall and win. And so, while I do truly like, Tyler Bate, I do like Pete Dunne, I do like Wesley. I do think, as I've said, I think a few weeks ago, that Gallus, if you want them to kind of be taken, you want to take Gallus seriously, they had to win sometime. Like, I feel like they were losing a lot, and this is a kind of a needed win. And I don't even think this will really necessarily affect Wesley or anything in any capacity, even when coming back. I just think Gallus really did need the win if you're trying to make them seem like a serious team. They've been trying to do that all this time, and it just hasn't been working because they've been losing. And so you kind of had, you had Joe in the match just past at Battleground, the trip to make them look serious. This is the perfect way to do this. And so I understood the win. Would I have liked it the other way? Of course, because I do like the other guys a little bit more, if not a lot more. But otherwise, I thought this was a really fun match up for what they had. They did well. What were your thoughts on this?
Yeah, this match was so much fun. I even said it. I don't know what you call it. What do you call it on threads? Threaded it. I threaded that I felt like it was illegal to put these three together because they are absolutely insane as a unit. It definitely should be illegal. That's just my personal thoughts. But I really, really love this. And I hope we get them together again, those three. Like, I just feel like it was they had such a synergy. And I think Gallus always has their own synergy as well. Like, they're no slouches in the ring themselves. But then when you add in, New Catch Republic and Wesley, it's like fireworks, which was what this match was. I kind of feel like how you said, like, loss really never affects Wesley. Wesley has what I call, if I could think of the first person that comes to mind, the Johnny Gargano effect. He could lose 700 times, and the minute you let him go and do his thing, he will make the entire crowd love him, and we will forget that he has lost 500 times before today, because today he's let off the leash and just wilding out. Like, he's just so good. And I'm trying to figure out, so they're holding him over with the Gallus stuff right now, obviously. And so I'm wondering after that, what is his direction? Like, that's what I want to know. And also, what are they doing with New Catch Republic? Like, they're in and out. Like, you know what? They need to get together, because that is a team that does not need to be just whatevering, floundering. Like, it's ridiculous. But that's the main roster. I'll keep it NXT. Yeah, no, I really, really enjoyed this. This is probably my favorite match of the night, honestly, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I hear you. It definitely, like I said, I love them. I love all three of them truly. But yeah, I don't know. I guess, hopefully HBK, chefing it up. Let's chef up a good story for him afterwards. Let's make sure. Let's make sure, Sean. Let's not do no shenanigans. Um, there was also a promo afterward with Thea basically kind of cut a promo saying that everyone in Chase basically, I guess, feeling away for everybody in Chase not trusting Ridge Holland. I was like, Thea, I'm just, my only question for Thea was, where was this level of dedication, you know, when you was so upset at Andre Chase? Where was this level of dedication? That's all I want to know. Like, you seem real pressed about this. And, I just, not even the fact that it's not even that. It's just like she should have used this level of dedication for Andre Chase. So she was sitting here all, you know, you're gonna be all, oh, but rich, but girl, I don't know. Where was you with Andre Chase? I just want to know, personally. Thoughts on the promo?
Oh my God, I can't. She never takes any accountability. And first and foremost, Riley wasn't an outsider. He was a Chase U student. He didn't just pop up out of nowhere. He was a student. He just come out nowhere breaking somebody's fingers talking about, can I hang with y'all? That was Ridge. He did that. She is the crash out queen. She loves crashing out over these people, trying to get them in to Chase U. And then the audacity of her to throw in Andre's face, you gambled away. Why did he do it though? Because you made him feel bad about a funky towel. Girl, you was going to lose that match regardless. It had nothing to do with that towel. He was just trying to save you a few minutes of rest on the bed at that point. And for you to make him feel as bad as you did, for him to gamble away that money, yes, I'm blaming it on you. You alone. One in all the world. I'm sorry, it's not a Slayer thing. But I'm just saying she is dead wrong to be judging anybody. And I still think Duke is going to turn on Chase. So don't be talking about some we thought, we think. I still don't trust you, Duke. I still don't.
I respect the energy. The energy's been the same about Duke. So I respect it. We did have a matchup with Brinley Reese, who was accompanied by Idris Anafe and Malik Blade, versus a returning Wendy Chu. And so before this matchup in the locker room, Idris and Malik said they had a bad feeling ahead of Brinley's match, but she did not see it. And it seemed that when the match kind of started, she looked a bit like worried that she was facing, a different opponent than I guess she thought. But I was very, very happy to see Wendy come back. She came out still in the sweep, sweet gimmick, but a bit darker. And I said this. This is something, this is something I did say. I'm like, if you're gonna do the sweep gimmick, you have to change it up a little bit. To make it kind of last, and and this is not for her. It's just, again, wrestling fans are wrestling fans, and they complain every time. And so if you could bring her back, and she was gone, I thought she was really on a roll until she got injured. That this is the way to do it, and I thought they did fantastic. I thought this was absolutely fantastic. As soon as the bell rung, Wendy was on Brinley. She really was. And Brinley tried. She really did. But Wendy got her in a nice arm trap clothesline, and then she did like a leg lock cobra clutch, top tier. And she was able to win her first match back. I super, super, super loved this. Glad to see her back. And like, Brinley's cool and all, but I did like me some Wendy, and I was highly upset that girly was gone for a bit. And so I'm glad she's back. And I like this whole nightmare Wendy. I like this. I like this, like, this dark version of her. And there's nothing wrong with being happy and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like, just with the level of competitors, I did say you have to make her be taken a little bit more seriously. We have a lot of faces anyway, to be fair, in NXT. But like, I feel like if you have somebody like a Roxanne, We have somebody like, you gotta make sure what you now gonna, because she was gone for some time to stand out. I think this is the best way to do it as of right now, and I can't wait to see what else we're gonna get from her. But I enjoyed this match. What about you?
I definitely can't say anything bad about the match. I definitely don't think there's any negatives. You did, I think it was like 2 episodes, you did say something needs to be different, and something's different. So I feel like, okay, what was that character that Wendy played before she got into the sleep gimmick? Was it Tian Shaw or something? Was that
I think so.
her? I'm trying to remember. So I feel like it's almost like kind of like that, but like with a sleep like part, like the whole nightmare thing, and her with the pajamas. It's almost like that, but like with a little mix. So I think maybe she's getting a second chance to do this in a different way. But I'm like, where does this lead? Because she's giving like that unstoppable possessed vibes. So it's like when she meets someone else who also has momentum, it's now you have to make a decision of whose momentum do you want to stunt at that point. Yeah. So that's my only thing. When you have those type of characters that come in are supposed to be like unstoppable, it just kind of backs you into this corner. But we'll see. I'm intrigued 100%. I'm just happy to see her back because it was so long. But also I'm getting a little sad for, Brinley and, Idris and Malik, because I feel like they're caught in this like vortex of just like confusion and just no direction, and it's the same thing every week. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with them, because I had a lot of hopes for the pairing, but it seems like it seems like they're bringing Brinley down with them at this point, with Idris and his breaking the mirror 17 times. I don't know. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, you shouldn't break a mirror. If he was really worried about like superstitions, this is probably not the way to do it. But yeah. NXT also highlighted Soroka's weekend, what she did this past weekend at Battleground. And, she did say she would continue her championship chase, which I'm like, yes, Soroka. I'm waiting patiently for this because she is, a girl. I like Lisa Soroka, and she also had away from like for injury for a bit, and so I definitely like I'm looking forward to see her chase the title, and again athleticism top tier. So I guess we can go to our next segment. So sadly, a certain somebody decided, that he needed to mess up my TV time and like darken my Tuesday night. He clearly that's what he thought. So Cody Rhodes came to talk about what AJ Styles is going to get at Clash of Castle, and so for first of all, this is my problem with this because Cody, is it about you? You was here at NXT to do a job. Okay, I will never give it a rest. Never. Okay, never resting. There is no rest for the hating. Okay, if the hate is gone, I died. That's the level of we need to understand. Okay, if Cody has no haters, something happened to me. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, in regards to that first, this is right there. Cody didn't need to visit. This is my thing. If you're supposed to be helping out NXT on NXT time, why are we even to know about what you gonna talk to AJ Styles about? You know what? He should have brought this. He should have brought this to his AJ's buddies, the Good Brothers, but he didn't do that. He waited. He waited. He waited. Came out after they were already gone. Okay, to talk about what I'm gonna do to you, AJ Styles. It's not about you today. This is what Monday Night Raw SmackDown is for. I didn't want to see you on Tuesday. But anyway, after, yeah, and Sean he'd be glad. He'd be glad that he did so well in the last couple of weeks. I have to forgive. But it's very hard. It's hard. Okay? My heart is not really fully open on that. But anyway, he came out there and said all that, and then Trick come out and asked him what advice he had on being a champion. Now, this is another thing, because Trick, how do you want to ask Cody for advice? What you should have called, who you should have called, was my guy, my tribal chief. You could have sent an email to him and asked him what he could. You asked a person who was champion for 4 years how it is to be a champion. He would know. What does Cody know but crying and sadness? Crying and talking about his dad. That's what you want to find out? You want to, oh, I lost my best friend Carmelo. Boo hoo hoo. That's what you want to do every week? Is that what we're doing? Thank you. Because I saw that. Nope, definitely didn't. This could have been a social media tweet. This could have been Twitter. Could have been like WWE Twitter. We didn't need Cody for this. Okay? And no, it was not a nice visual. Because Katrina, was not happy. The visual was not happy for me. So it wasn't a good visual. Okay? It wasn't. But anyway, he asked him instead of asking the person he should have really asked, the champion of 4 years. But whatever, here we are. And so he basically advised him to always keep his eyes open, because his dumb advice is that. And then announced the 25-man Battle Royal next week, including men from other locker rooms, which we didn't even need him. Shawn Michaels been chefing it up. Shawn Michaels could have told us that we was getting other men from other locker rooms. We're not for this. I'm hoping it means Alex Shelley, because I'm waiting patiently. But even so, Cody Rhodes, okay, I'm not for this. I'm not for this at all. So I guess we got that, and we're gonna have a Battle Royal to see who's gonna face Trick at some point. Personally, I did not know why Cody needed to be there. Ava could have made this announcement. Shawn Michaels could have made this announcement. Or we could have got a nice little tweet, Instagram post, reel. Somebody could do something. But here we are. And then, this is the part. Because, like, Trick invited Cody to the cookout. And I was like, whoa. Oh, so you just mentioned, I was like, what do you mean? What cookout? You don't speak for the black delegation. You don't speak for us. What cookout is he going to? The Homeland cookout? Because we didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for this. Okay? And so you got him coming here to me, come to the cookout. We didn't ask for this. Okay? And so, like, I just highly irritated. You know, I was highly irritated. Okay? And I guess I should add, Cody did leave his undashing mask to JC Chain. Again, I hated dashing Cody Rhodes. And so, I mean, whatever, here we are. And then I think Lexus, Sean Spears, and Ethan Page basically interrupted him backstage. And he kind of gave some weird, like, shot where the men were in a good place from AEW, which I don't know if that was necessarily needed. I talk shit about Tony Khan all the time. I do. But I was like, I mean, whatever, Cody. You already did too much. You're here on my TV. You're taking up time from another champion. Trick could have clearly sent a tweet to Roman. I'm sure Roman would have answered you. I'm sure he would have answered you. He would took time out of his busy schedule or whatever it is he's doing out on my TV screen to answer. But you would have asked Cody Runnels, would have asked him, and now look where we are. But yeah, that's what happened. I didn't ask for that, but that's what happened. Thoughts on those shenanigans? Because
yeah, that definitely could have been an email. You're kind of right, Joseph. Like, he came to say a whole lot of nothing. First of all, he lied because he was saying stuff on Battleground talking about, I might pop up. But he never popped up. He didn't pop up. I didn't see him pop up once. That didn't happen. So I guess he had to keep his word and come on Tuesday. So I'm just saying, like, don't lie like that. And then Trick gonna invite Cody Rashad Rhodes to the cookout. I don't know who gave him permission to do such a thing. Like, I don't know what is going on right now. And what did it come up? Like, I don't know. It was just very random, Trick. It was very random. You know that you need to talk to several people, including Dave Chappelle, before you make decisions like that. So I don't even know how you got to that point. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, okay, like what is it supposed to be? Oh, look, the two huge baby faces, the big, guys everyone wants to win. Oh, look at them standing in the rings. I don't care. I don't care. I still want Dragunov to be champion. I'm still there. So I'm like, get out the ring at this point. Get out. It was just a whole lot of like it's just unnecessary. It was a lot of talk. And the sparklers kill me every time. The sparklers for Cody's entrance, please. 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 Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who pops up. I will always have hope for Alex Shelley. I will always just have my hope. Even if I know it's like so ridiculous and super delusional. But that is literally the land that I live in, Delulu land. And I will stay there pleasantly because it's fun. And I have a great time there. So that's my thoughts. Look at the look at the third co-host. There you go.
Like she does this every time. I got a camera on. Here she comes. Like she tried to do the little slope on. I can't see her paws coming. Like it's rude. First of all, Rashad. That's wild. It just exactly. He didn't talk to the black delegation. That's why I'm upset. How you gonna just assume Trick? I was like, Trick, you almost lost your card for that. Because how dare you? Like, but here we are. I don't know. I am also in the Lulu world because I want Alex Shelley as well. I do. Yes, this is great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Don't you do it. Sorry, my cat is doing nonsense over here. Yeah, but yeah, she heard about the cookout and she's her mom's child and she knows we don't do Cody. Cody will sit here and talk about his dad while she wants her food. And now she won't be sad. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. And as far as Solo, we don't do that. We don't talk about Solo. I like Solo, but no. I only one tribal chief in my household. And that is Joseph. Joseph. Okay? Let's get me upset. Sepha, that uses his real name now. That goes somewhere. You lucky you didn't get blocked, okay? Because like you sent me that in my DMs, and I was like, how dare you ruin my Tuesday extra? Your favorite person. I was like, oh, Roderick, you almost got blocked. You almost got blocked real quick. The hand was itching to block. But yes, he also, I think, highlighted the 2024 NIL class in the crowd, and I was like, I mean, okay, whatever, do that. But yes, I would love to see, you know, an Alex Shelley, make me happy. And you know what? You wouldn't bring Dragunov just for purposes, just so I can see him again on NXT. By all means. Was we having a good time? Okay. You was talking smack about me saying I didn't want to see Cody. That was the time had? The time wasn't had. Okay? It wasn't. So then we had another matchup with this is a Singapore Kane match. Against Lexis King versus Dante Chen. And so I mean this is I don't know, this is a weird thing only because for me it was like, all right, you guys you know, this just do me off. This was already weird for me because we've been saying about Dante Chen that we like him, but he was used randomly to get squashed. Now he was used randomly in this feud with Lexis King. And so during Lexis King's entrance, Dante attacked him with a Singapore cane, and what Lexis did finally was able to kind of use the cane to set up the coronation to win this matchup. So he finally got a leg up, I guess, on Dante in this. However, I don't know. I felt like this was a kind of a weird match because I felt like one, Lexis didn't need the match. He lost straight. He needed to win this match. He lost 2 straight matches to him. But I feel like having him do this weird, like, where he's like winning in like random kind of rushed wins, and then kind of having him now lose, but after he used the weapon, is like you're making him. It's making him seem weird. I feel, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's not making him look strong, and it throws. If you're trying to make Dante look strong, this is not the way to do it, because I feel like even with him saying afterwards that he was going to make sure he ended the feud, he said that, to afterwards, excuse me, ahead of the match. I just feel like, you know, he said that before the match, and then he lost. But then you had him do these random roll up pins, and then he won, and then you had him lose in the thing that he should have probably used and won. And so I don't know. I do think it makes sense for Alexis to win it only because, you know, he did lose the last two, but in this kind of match, Dante should have won it. So I don't know where Shawn Michaels is cooking on this one. I'm thinking this might have been one of those situations that he wanted to do a microwave meal, and he might have put it in a little too long and it burned a bit. And this was not the time he was cooking, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the feud. I don't know. But yes, thoughts on this matchup. And yes, Dante, he was. I do think Dante has grown from earlier matches, but I still think I don't like the way he's being used personally. But
I think he grew in terms of like he looks, beefier, in ring, but in terms of like character and like having some type of like energy that pulls me into him, has been zero growth. That's just what I'm getting from Dante, if I'm honest. Like I'm not picking up on a personality still, and so like it's just kind of like nothing for me to grasp onto, which is why I can't figure out how they were letting him continuously beat Lexis, someone who has all of the charisma. He has so much charisma, and he just has like a personality that kind of draws you in. Now, granted, he's not the most A-star wrestler, but he's not a bad wrestler. But I just feel like Lexis I would put more stock in Lexis than I would Dante Chen personally. So I was a little perplexed by him continuously getting the upper hand. So I'm glad that they've rectified that situation. But I just feel like this is such a random, and there's no real like, even like with Lexis is doing the best he can. And I still feel like I just can't get into this story. And I don't think it's his fault that I can't get invested in this feud. I really don't. I think it's one side is just lacking, that necessary personality to like make you get invested, make me care. And Lexis is basically carrying it all on his back in terms of the story. I'm just saying, like, it's just not. I don't want him and Dante to be in the same zip code anymore. I hope that this is the last time that they are around each other, because I just don't think there's not a synergy there. It's just not. But I wouldn't say I hated the match though. I wouldn't say that, but I just feel like there is no synergy. It's just not for me. That's the best way I can say. So just let them disperse. You go to that corner, you go to the other corner, and never come back. Never come back together. No.
yeah, no, I get you. I don't know. That's why I said I'm not really sure what's happening here in regards to what Sean's plan is with this. Because like I said, he was doing okay, and then he was losing and getting basically he was like the guy they were basically using to be a jobber, and it sucked. And so we'll see. Hopefully something will happen. But this now leads us to our next matchup, which was, listen, a girl was happy because when Cody dampened my Tuesday, Eddie brightened my Tuesday. He brightened. And so we had a matchup between Tarion Heights and Eddie Thrope, which, let me tell you, I was like, yes, it's good to see him back because, Dijak, I have not forgiven. I haven't. So Eddie came back out with like this black like war paint, and I was like, yes. And he fought well, considering he fought well. But this was Eddie's time to thrive. It was Eddie's time to shine, and he did. He did. He was super aggressive. Super aggressive. I loved it. It was short, but I thought even with it being short, I think, not only did Eddie look great, I thought he also helped put over, Tarion, with like showing off what he could do well in a very short minute, and I think I really liked it. I like really enjoyed that. But, I like it. I'm hoping that they really do something with Eddie. They've been up playing games. They've been up doing nonsense with him and Dijak because I have not forgiven. I do think that hopefully this will also lead Tarion to be used more because I do think he looked really good. And it was implying that he might be possibly Charlie wanted Mouse to kind of suggest maybe adding him to the quarter catch crew, so we might see him a little bit more in the future. So but I'm really perfectly fine. I love that Eddie was able to win this. He did win this matchup with a running elbow drop and then a lifting DDT. Good stuff. Good stuff. But I'm so happy to see Eddie back. I thought he looked fantastic. I thought this was the perfect way to bring him back. I cannot wait to see what we're gonna get from him. Like, they better do him well this time. They better do him well because Dijak better be lucky. Better be lucky that I don't know where he at. Because like if I did, I have not forgiven you, Dijak. I have not forgiven. But otherwise, I thought this was a really great. Even though the match was short, I thought it was really great, and I'm so freaking happy to see Eddie. I mean, I know your love for Eddie is a lot more than mine, but I love him a lot. But I feel like your level of like, it's a lot more. So I'm gonna bring it to you. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
It was a bright day. I was very happy. I liked the match. I liked the chemistry between him and Tavion. And I honestly, this is like probably my favorite match from Tavion Heights. Honestly, like he was doing a lot, and it was really, really. I was like, you know what, he did a really impressive overhead belly to belly, and I was just like, you better stop! Like, how dare you? I was just really impressed with him, and I just want to see more. And I'd be excited. Can I say Charlie Dempsey has gone leaps and bounds in terms of like the character mic work in a short set of weeks. Like, really, they got put in a crappy situation, had to, make it happen. They lost their, mouthpiece. And I feel like Charlie has really stepped up to the plate. Like, he's been entertaining me with his identity crisis, trying to be like a mob boss. And then Miles has actually been really funny to me as well. Him just like it's such dry humor, but every time he's like telling Miles to do something, Miles like, what? I can't hear you. Like, it's such dry humor, but it's hilarious and it's right up my alley. I think it's a really great touch. Like, they're really starting to become some of my favorite things to see on NXT. The no quarter catch crew. Love you guys. But Eddie, I'm so happy. I really, really, really hope that they do right by him because I think he's just so talented. I think that he is just someone so easy to root for. And yeah, I just want the best for him. So I'm glad that he's back. We'll see what happens with Tavion if he joins the no quarter catch crew. I think that'd be a great opportunity for him. I think that they're soft launching them. Right now, it's a soft launch. And when they get all the ducks in a row, boom, the hard launch. But right now we're in the soft launch, and I'm loving the soft launch.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, no, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm happy to see Eddie back. Definitely happy to see Eddie back. But let's move on to our next matchup. Yeah. So this matchup was between Shawn Spears versus Javon Evans, and so this was all right. I'm not that the match was bad. I don't think it's bad. Just I'm not a Shawn Spears fan, so I thought I did like that NXT kind of had Javon, like his graphic kind of appeared as part of transitioning out of Ava's office to the ring. I thought it was really cool. Uh, there were some moments where like Shawn Spears got booed because like he held Javon in like a single leg Boston Crab, and until like the referees like full 5 count, and then he kind of like was able to get to the ropes. Uh, there was also a moment where it was like Shawn was able to do like a super kick into like a hanging DDT, which I thought was really really well done. But you know, this I wasn't sure what to expect honestly with the matchup, but this wound up becoming it was a really solid matchup. And while I do think that he worked really really hard at, it's like it's weird because he's like a high flyer, and usually they kind of have a good place for the most part. You can get good stuff with a high flyer in WWE, and so it's kind of unfortunate because I do think, in this regard, it was just Shawn being the vet here. He definitely used that and kind of wore Javon down, because he like ducked, his kick outside and then kind of sent him to the corner of the announce table, and then he basically did his C4 to win the match. But with that being said, I think he did like an excellent job. It's unfortunate that he had to lose so soon, but I think after Shawn's really weird kind of start in this, he kind of needed to win. And so it's unfortunate so I understand that part, but I also think Shawn didn't need to win, and so this was probably the way to do it, I guess. But I can definitely see Javon going for a title very soon. I think he definitely is talented. I think he's definitely a talent. Like he's talented. I think he can, especially like with presentation, he can perform all that good stuff. He was bleeding after from the mouth as well, and so hopefully he's alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was still a really, really good match. I thought this was really well done. Thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely do agree with that. Yeah, that was a little concerning to me. So hopefully he's good and it wasn't anything too serious. I didn't expect the person who won to win, even though I'm happy about it. I just did not expect it. But I mean, I guess it just means that this isn't over and it will be something later on. I was a little bit intrigued when I saw Shawn Spears, Lexis King, and Ethan Page all together. I feel like, is there something happening there? I get a little bit intrigued. Like what's going on there? Like what's happening at the moment? So that definitely piques my interest. But yeah, no, I definitely did enjoy this match. Javon Evans is just like, he's like an anomaly at this point. Like the stuff that he does half the time is like, all right, superhuman, sir, just calm down. All right, just stop it. My knees crack every time he pulls out a move. Like stop it. But yeah, no, definitely that's my thoughts.
Yeah, no, like I'm not a Shawn Spears fan in the slightest, but I do think he needed to win, so I understood it. But like, anywho, bring it up Cody again. And so the next and last segment of this match was the NXT women's locker room basically kind of being called out by the calling out Roxanne. And so Roxanne kind of came out and called Ava to apologize to her, I guess after battle, and she did win the match against Jordan Grace. I did have fun with the end on that, to be fair, but I will not get into that. But I did have a slight problem with the way the end was, just because I didn't think there was a bit of a no-sell. But otherwise, Roxanne called out Ava to apologize, and then multiple people came out. So it was Lash Legend, Lola Vice, Jakara, JC, and Jasmine. And there was a bit of a brawl, and it left Roxanne and Lola basically, it basically left the two of them standing. Tora and she was obviously looking at the NXT Women's Championship. I do think that we obviously, I thought like a couple of things about the segment. One, we didn't necessarily need to have this big thing just yet, necessarily, because we already had a big thing that was her taking on Jordan Grace. I felt like we didn't need to do this right after. Also, if like clearly there's this beef between Ava and Roxanne. Roxanne does not like Ava right now. She really does not, and I do think that kind of got lost in that brawl. Like whatever could have happened, or we could have gotten some good like work between Ava and Roxanne promo wise. We didn't get that because the brawl happened. I'm kind of iffy with the brawls. I say brawls should be used very sparingly if needed to be used, and I don't particularly like things always ending in a brawl. I really don't. And so, we'll see. We'll see. But whatever. I guess she did arrive. Roxanne did arrive late and didn't tell Mr. Stone or Brian Saxton where she was doing. And then CD gave Ava some fair warning, and then Ava took a phone call. But I didn't really care. This I felt like the segment wasn't really necessary. At least if it was necessary for maybe Roxanne or something, we didn't need the whole locker room just shut. I felt like that was just unnecessary. As far as Lola, like y'all already know my thoughts about Lola. And see, this is what y'all get. This is what y'all get. Y'all want to be rooting for her, and look, sadness, huh? She's sitting there hurting Jakara, doing nonsense. So she did all this nonsense, and now here we are. Where are we? Where are we? That's all I'm saying. So I don't need Lola. I'm sorry. I cannot see her as champion, and I'm hoping that Shawn Michaels does not appeal to his real name, Michael. It's gonna appeal to you with your government name. I'm gonna need you not to do shenanigans, because you sometimes do shenanigans, okay? Tracking off leaving and those are shenanigans. Me seeing Cody on my screen again, that was shenanigans. Tuesday is supposed to be my reprieve from shenanigans. It's supposed to be my reprieve. And I just, and so don't you do this to me, Shawn. Don't you do it. Lola better not win. Lola better be there just to kill some time until we get a Roxanne versus Julia. That's what she better be there for. I mean, again, if that's what you want to do, and waste money on merch, and I can just use it to clean my floors and give it to my cat. Maybe she can cuddle with it or something, or she can use it to scratch up as a scratching post, whatever she needs to do. I'm like, do you, Mimi? Thrive in your violence. Thrive. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think we need to have Lola or Roxanne, because Lola already proved that she's, like you beat, which I still, and I don't even like Shayna Baszler. I really don't. And I'm like, I have to sit here like, are we really playing? Are you have beat Shayna, who's clearly the better fighter, is wild. It was wild. I don't know how I'm supposed to be biased. Like, y'all have her beat somebody who is not only unstoppable at NXT, but then who actually is the better fighter of the two. I don't know. But if no, I won't. I just don't think it should be Lola. I never thought it was Lola. I don't think Lola should have won the tournament that she won. I felt like it should have been Kalani then. Kalani became North American champion, but I never thought Lola should have won that. I just don't think Lola. Lola is like, whatever was supposed to be badass went out the window when she started gyrating and dancing. And I have nothing wrong with anybody who's going to dance to you, but I cannot now take you seriously if that's what you resort to. Like, I'm going to win me, so that's all I'm saying. I don't think she needs to go against Roxanne. But here we are. Here we are. But yeah, thoughts.
I love when they have all the women come out and they be talking their, talking they talk, I don't know why, but when NXT does it, it's just fantastic to me. Like, because you just really get to see the girls kind of showcase their talking ability. I think JC always has it, Me and her, we have our, she be scheming all the time. I'd be like, girl, stop doing that. But you can never take away her mic skills. Like, she's really good. Yeah, no, I don't know. I between the crop of women, I think these are just like people that are gonna hold Roxanne over in the meantime. Because I don't see Roxanne losing the title anytime soon at this point. So she just needs those filler matchups. And they gain a lot from being in the ring with Roxanne. She's like generational. This girl's like something different. Like she just has this like energy and this aura about her. It's like when you see someone and you just like, I never seen nothing like this before. Anything you put on her table, she knocks it out the park. She takes it to another level. Like, Roxanne is something different. Like, it really blows my mind. And then after that match that she had with Jordynne Grace at Battleground, like, I mean, I was already 100% sold on Roxanne, but that match just took it to another level. Like, she is different. So I think even with her just kind of having these feuds in between until they get to, who's going to take that title from her for real, these girls are gaining something being in the ring with Roxanne 100%. So I think these will be matches that'll elevate whoever ends up being the one to go against Roxanne will be elevated even in defeat from being in the ring with her. I really did enjoy the NXT. And listen, I'm not like I liked Eddie Thorpe's match in NXT Underground. I think those are really entertaining. Because before that, I really didn't enjoy the Underground stuff that much. But I really did enjoy the Shayna Lola Underground match. Like, I think it was a nice mix between it kind of looking authentic, but also making, it can't be too authentic, obviously. I think it was a good mix. Even the finish came off so brutal to me. Like, those hits, like, it was just perfectly done. I didn't think, like, I really, really was so certain that Shayna was going to win. I was very shocked that Shayna didn't win. But I mean, again, I guess this is just, the direction they're going. They're so full force about their NXT people. And I can't fault them for that. At the end of the day, that's their turf. So, of course, they're going to be more pro giving them those wins. Despite, obviously Shayna being an NXT legend with a crazy record, they're very, like, pro the here and now. And, I can't fault HBK, I get it. You got to do what you got to do, make the tough decisions. Decisions, please. But I did enjoy it, and I think it's gonna probably end up being Roxanne and Lola. Like, it just seems that way. Like, because I just don't see anything else. JC is so out of nowhere to me. Unless they want to do like a multi-woman match, I wouldn't be mad at that as well. I love a good multi-woman match. So we'll just kind of see where it goes. But I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Listen, yeah, that stressed me out. Listen, I think that's a little bit different in the situation. I don't know if I would say she should have necessarily got fired. But I also think the situation's a tad different, and I'm cool with. Sorry, I think my cat was doing nonsense. I hear in the background. I think, I do think Jordan's gonna. I feel like this is like really. This is really good to have like TNA and NXT. I think this is great. Jesus, she's doing some stuff. I can hear it. As far as Jordan twerking, I mean, I've seen her twerk before, and I see this with level of respect. Can we not? Like, she has a lot of muscle. and so they ain't too much shaking, and that's fine. We all can be, we all can be that. It's fine. I don't got much back there to shake either. I'm just saying. I definitely don't. And it don't matter if the match was good. I do not. I don't even like Shayna Baszler. You guys know how hard it has to be when I have to defend somebody I don't like. That's hard for me to do as a person. And I'm sitting here like, oh, you had her lose to shit. Like, are we playing? Like, I don't even like Shayna Baszler, but here we are because Lila's the thing right now, and so she lost. But that is how NXT did end this week. This is how NXT did, and we appreciate you guys as always checking out our NXT Meta-Two AfterShow. Shay, tell everybody what you got going on, where they can find you.
Okay, so we didn't have an episode of the Big Pop Theory podcast this week because life, people go out places, and it happens. But we will be back next Monday, of course, talking a lot about a lot of things because I have a lot of things I need to speak about. You can obviously catch me back here on Tuesday with this amazing. I hope I'm doing the right side, genuinely, because every time I get it wrong, do the Will Smith pose like that. And you can catch me at Shay Sawyer _ on Instagram and Threads. Shay Sawyer was here, and on Twitch, and just Shay Sawyer. It's literally just Shay Sawyer. You can catch me. Come say hi, because I'm always talking crap, anyways.
Y'all can find me on most social media in Cat We Trust. Every place, the E is a 3, except for YouTube, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. You guys can catch me normally here on Tuesdays for the Meta-Two AfterShow. You can also catch me usually Wednesdays with Stephanie talking wild superheroes. And I do have a recent interview with Miss Vicious Vicky from the East Coast Circuit. Check that out. It's really cool to talk to her. And you guys can check out my latest episode of Your Favorite A-Holes with me and my girl Haven. We have a new episode coming up, so definitely check that out. But as always, guys, we are very grateful for you guys, even when you guys do shenanigans, like the shenanigans I saw Roderick and Jeffrey for asking why I was talking shit. Okay, you earned a point right back for that. So now I'm gonna just refrain from what I was about to say. It's about to get rough. But Deadly Women is my shit. And you understand when women get crazy, have to snap sometimes, not all times, but sometimes. That's the show right there, Deadly Women. Listen, let me tell you. If I ever be on the show, crazy. I mean, Kate, to be fair, I'm called Kate when I'm writing, so like that works. But yes, you earned some points for Deadly Women. Refrain from the comment that was about to come, because it's coming. But as always, we do love and appreciate you guys for watching. Some are definitely crazy. Some are justified, but some are absolutely crazy. They be insane for no reason. Like, it's never that deep. Penis is never worth jail, so I'm gonna say never worth it. But as always, guys, again, we do love you guys. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, and we will catch you guys